Okay. Did you find out anything from Rick?
He's on his way in, so when he
Okay.
gets here.
I have a motion about the approving the agenda.
Yeah, just adding, I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda, adding, Rick Lynn's business, catch the name.
Lynn Construction LLC for a business license.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded that we set the agenda with that amendment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Nancy, you and RV want to come up?
Yeah, sure. Where do you want us?
Right here.
Okay. Do you want us to sit or stand?
Oh,
Or?
you can say it.
Oh, okay.
State your name and why you're here for the electronic
Okay.
log.
I'm Nancy Weston, and this is,
RV Weston.
and we are here to request a business license. I guess maybe to ask if we need a business license first, but our business is, we're looking at starting a direct-to-consumer meat sales. So we would package the meat, or have the meat packaged, and we would then package it ourselves into boxes and containers that we would send through FedEx to the buyer. It's an online platform. We haven't,
Pretty awesome.
yeah, we haven't really looked at expanding beyond that, but to start, we would just do the online option for people to get on, order either. We'd like to do different cuts of meat, and also like 1/8 beef, 1/4 beef, 1/4 beef options as well. We would run it out of our house, like not our house, but our garage. So we've recently had it repainted and like cleaned out and everything. We just would have big freezers there. This is to start. We're hoping to expand to where we have.
Somebody else to do the butchering and.
Yeah. Quinson away.
Since it gets inspected, it's where you can inspect it, it's not inspected.
Yeah, so he's waiting on that portion, and then so we could have each individual cut inspected and certified for individuals. So there's a lot still of moving parts that we have to get together, but we thought this is the best place to start.
You will have to be a USDA inspected plant in order for you to sell it that way.
Yeah.
So and as well as your facility, you will have to get a permit from the health department, even though they'll just have to prove that you are, because any type of, even though you're not preparing anything there, your storage, that kind of stuff, the health department will have to monitor and make sure that, you'll be subject to an annual health inspection. They'll just come in and make sure it's clean and that kind of stuff. So your next step would probably be, once we grant you a business license, would be to contact the health department and see what requirements they're gonna have, you're gonna have to have.
Okay.
So, how close is Quinn to getting?
He's working now, isn't he?
Well, you can do custom meat.
He can do custom, but he's not USDA
Not
yet.
certified yet. Well, he said he's got his application in with the government, but they haven't approved it or done anything with it yet.
Yeah, and that's an issue. There's two things about that. So the plant has to be inspected by USDA, and they'll come in and he'll have a whole list of stuff that he's gotta fix or change, unfortunately. And then once that is done and that his plan is approved, then he has to apply for an inspector. And right now, we're behind on, particularly in the state of Utah, well, I shouldn't say that, everywhere's behind. So there's an opportunity, there's two avenues with that. If he gets a federal inspector, you can sell the meat out of the state. If he gets a state inspector, it cannot leave the state. Now, state inspectors are gonna be easier to get than a federal inspector. A federal inspector right now across the nation, they're down $150,000 160-something inspectors.
Oh, wow.
So if he can work to the point of where an inspector could come one day a week, that might be an opportunity for him, but
Oh, yeah.
once, even though he gets his inspector and it's a USDA inspector, if it's only a state certified inspector, you can't sell the meat out of the state.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
We may look at other options for custom meat butchering as well. I mean, cause we know that there's people that do it in Utah.
well,
So we
there,
might look
there,
at other
there
options
is, the
as
big, the
well.
biggest problem with those, the ones that are actually federally inspected, is you're out 18 months to get anything in.
Mm,
So, I've been trying to work and help Quinn through this process, as well as a couple other plants that are trying to open up.
yeah,
And I, they said, well, there's always the option of state options. And as I talked to the Department of Agriculture, they said, well, we probably could, accommodate 1 or 2 days a week for inspection, but it's just a state inspector, so that product can't leave the state. You can sell it within the state, but you can't sell it outside the state.
okay,
Why, I don't know.
yeah,
And it's the same for Idaho or Wyoming or any, if they're state inspectors and they're state certified, the product can't leave the state
okay,
for sale.
okay,
You're
that's good to
probably
know.
wanting to go.
Well, they're
Yeah.
gonna send over, it's an online thing, and
Yeah,
that's the
for
thing,
sure.
so you're gonna have to work around the federal.
Okay, that's good information to know.
But don't let that deter you. It's a good
Yeah,
idea.
no,
On a
no,
bright
it's-
note.
It'll be a barrier, but we'll,
Well,
We'll figure things out,
you're
yeah.
gonna have to probably explore some other options until, and
Yeah.
hopefully, he'll be able to get through that process. So I just toured the new facility that's down just in Richfield there. Have you guys been down and seen that?
I just saw it online,
Yeah, it took him 6 months to get USDA certified. So the day that I was there, the day before I was there, they killed their first 3. And they had a federal inspector there and went through the whole process, and by the time they were done, there was about 17 things that she said they had to fix before they could do their next kill, which was in 2 days.
oh my goodness.
And prior to that,
And that's stupid stuff.
it is, but
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's waiting for an inspection, but when they come in, they're gonna give him a list of
yeah,
stuff.
things has to fix.
This is, you gotta do this, this is an area that, anyway, it was quite a deal, but
Yeah,
it's a process, and,
right,
but like John just said, don't let it deter you, because there's there's some other options. You may have to start, with one of the ones, that's federally inspected to do what you wanna do, and then work Quinn into it as he becomes qualified.
He mentioned something about, as long as it's sold as a quarter of beef, you can send it anywhere.
we do require that, it's the individual cuts,
It's custom meat versus,
He cannot sell box meat out of the state unless it's USDA, unless it's state inspected, regardless. Once it's dead, he can't sell it until it's been inspected.
Okay,
So you can buy it on the hoof, but then you can't sell it. I mean, that's the thing, you could,
That's what Henderson's, you sell it half a beef to Nancy
right,
and a half a beef to Arby,
right,
and you write the brand inspection out as such.
right,
And take it to them.
but then you can't,
Well,
whoever
it's sold
gets it
then.
can't sell it.
Right.
right,
That's the issue. You guys wanna resell
yeah,
what you have.
oh, got you, so essentially it's like he send it for
but
us.
isn't that kind of splitting hairs, because isn't that what they're doing anyways?
Isn't what it's doing.
So if you sell it on the hoof to them, then and Quinn sends it out, cause it's,
And what does it say on it? Not for sale.
right,
Right.
But they
And if
bought,
you-
they already bought it though.
And if you
That's what I'm saying, they
and if-
send you the money beforehand.
But if you
Yeah.
resell it, which,
No, that's not what I'm saying.
If you wouldn't,
I'm
you wouldn't
saying-
resell.
I wouldn't resell it, I'm just saying I would put before, you know, sell it on the hoof at a quarter of a beef.
And then we just make sure it gets to them. Does
okay,
that make sense? So we'd still make the income, Quinn would still kill it, but we'd make sure it got to them.
Right.
So it really, we wouldn't be breaking any type of,
Sounds like you
Right?
might be able to do it, you just need some, just make sure you're not breaking any rules, and you're good to go.
yeah,
And the health department's not as bad as it sounds, they'll wanna come check you out every once in a while, but it's not,
yeah,
it sounds scarier than it is.
yeah.
And they'll help you out if you call them up and tell them what you wanna do, they'll tell you what
You know, eventually I'd say I'd wanna do it that way that you're talking about, but, you know, just to get something started, you
Yeah.
know? And then work up to that.
Cause we don't, even on our website, we don't have photos of the individual cuts. We're gonna actually show like pictures of them, or cows on the range, and the cows that were eventually, so they would essentially be like buying
So
a
they're
cow.
buying you guys, they're buying these guys as beef.
right,
I think if you sell a quarter or half, technically they're buying the animal, is the part.
Yeah, yeah,
And you can do it that way.
okay.
But you'll just wanna double check.
But you have to leave the
Yeah.
brand inspection out to them.
Right.
Do you have that list again?
so I would make, let's see here, did you get your
Oh, yes,
application?
yes.
Yeah, I would make a motion that RN Ranching Company LLC be granted a business license for online meat sales.
I'll second that.
Okay, got the motion that RN Ranching Company LLC receive a business license here in Rich County. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, clerk's office,
Yep, take this in to Pam, she'll get the, she'll take the payment, is it a $50 one or $25?
50.
$50, and then we'll send it, she can probably, it might put some pressure on her to do it really fast right there, so I think we'll just send it to you.
Okay.
Business license,
Okay,
or we'll
thank
call you when we get another package and then, I'm just kidding.
I'll pick that up with my package. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Good luck, let us know how you're doing.
Thank you, okay, we will. Thanks.
Okay, Bear Lake Hydroseeding. Grass wildfire reclamation.
Okay, let's see,
Let's-
do you have a phone number for him?
So, let's move on to the ones that are here.
Oh. Okay, Glenn's Pressure Washing
Oh,
LLC.
he'll be a phone, but
Yeah, the
the
phone.
voting,
Who
the
else?
Fair Lake voting is here,
What's this?
just their names.
Oh,
Fair Lake voting, right? Okay.
Come on up. That's it?
Nice to meet you all.
Hi.
John, nice to meet you, man. Brock.
Sam.
Sam, nice to meet you, man.
Bill.
Bill,
Nicole.
and you're what?
And Lisa.
And Lisa, we talked on the
Yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Cool.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, state your name for the record and what you wanna do.
Yep, Brock Hill, Bear Lake Voting. Voting outfitter, designated in Utah with the advantage of having a full-time captain on the boat who has the licenses and ratings for such. I think in addition, it's just mainly recreational surf, wakeboard, fishing, sightseeing, 4 or 8 hour charters.
Awesome.
Yeah.
First one in Bear Lake, huh?
First one in Bear Lake.
I haven't heard of anybody doing that.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We got a guy who's a great fella, and he's spent 5 years in the Coast Guard, patrolling the sea between Alaska and Russia.
Oh, really?
Saw the land very little, and he's at Utah State now, so he's going to help us with this venture.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How many boats we have?
Just one this year.
Just one.
We want to prove and test the concept, make sure everyone's cool as far as the marina, and we got support from the community.
How's in the state marina, are there You got a slip or
Yeah,
something?
we have a permit, special use permit already.
We've met with those, DNR officers and the other officials there at the marina.
So how big is your boat?
25 feet.
So what's your capacity?
Capacity is 8.
Capacity is 18, but we'll have 16 passengers max. It's a wake surf boat, an access wake surf.
That's awesome.
Anybody in this room is able to use it on a significant discount to anything we can do to help support the community.
We didn't hear that.
That's not a bribe.
No, it's truly not. Please tell us no, we can't do this. We'll still let you do it.
The nice thing about Bear Lake is it's set up where if demand was really high, there are other people to partner up with to get more boats, you know, so I think you guys are smart.
Thank you. Any additional things we can provide you guys?
So your place of business, is it gonna be based in your home or is it gonna be based on your boat? Where's your place of business?
Yeah, that's the tricky part. I kind of talked to Annalisa about this, but,
Say your name, Nicole.
oh, sorry, I'm Nicole Strong,
The executive assistant.
the
for
executive
boat,
assistant.
Bear Lake Boating.
We have an office in Logan, but we plan to just operate out of basically the marina. We'll just have the boat in dry storage and then the captain will pick up people right from the marina. And that's about all we're doing in Bear Lake.
So people call you and get a reservation?
We have a website, it's just
Okay.
bearlakeboating.com.
I have a number of rentals there. We have a property management company as well that operates on the Idaho side. And so we're running trying to run the traffic through the number of assets we have that we rent out. Fishing primarily.
Their main question was, because they're based out of Logan, even though they'll be doing the charter service on the lake, if they needed a Rich County license.
Right.
Or if they needed stated a,
Well, they'll be doing business in Rich County, so yes, you will.
perfect.
Okay, any other questions?
I don't think I have any.
I'll make a motion that we approve the business license for Bear Lake Boating LLC.
Second.
Okay, moving second that we approve the business license for Bear Lake Boating LLC. All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Take this in the office.
Yeah, it's $50 to just pay and we'll get it back to you guys, as long as you have a good address.
Thank you. Appreciate you all.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Good luck.
Nice
Yeah,
to
we'll
meet you
send some
guys.
stuff over here to you guys. Appreciate you all.
Good luck with the
Yeah, hope that goes well for you.
I appreciate you all. Thanks.
Okay. Let's move on to Lynn Construction.
Okay.
Oh, there it is, right there.
I'm glad you guys decided to let me in this meeting.
Well, we didn't want to get beat up.
We heard our lives are threatened.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a personal chat with all three of you. No. No.
We weren't really scared.
No, I'm just,
State your name and what your business is.
so my name's Rick Lim. I'm starting Lim Construction LLC, basically for my kid. In order to get a loan nowadays, you have to have a general contractor's number on that loan. So I've been jumping through hoops to try to get this business license or to try to get a general contractor's license, and so I
And then
didn't know I had to do this, but
Then he will work for you or work for this company.
so how it is through the LLC part of it, I won't have any employees because I'll bypass the Social Security part of it and workman's comp because you have to get waivers and all that to just be myself, sole proprietorship. So that's how I'm gonna do it. And it'll be, I guess, my home will be the main address
You're off.
here in Randolph. And other than that, I guess if there's things that people want, I can you know, with the license, I can definitely help them out. I have any hole and skid steer and stuff that I can. So I got on my general contractor's license, I put in for the B1 and the E1.
Did you?
So the B1 inside the property line, E1's outside the property line, so it's all, so it'd be all legal that way. So.
How often do you have to do stuff for your general contractor's license? Is it every year?
So every 2 years.
Okay.
Every 2 years renew it, and
But getting it's the hard part, right? And it's pretty easy, or do you have to do training?
first part's the hard part, you know, passing the test and getting all that, and then of course you have to have a $1 million to $3 million liability coverage,
Yeah.
and yeah, I've got all that. I've got everything except for this right.
Well, it usually takes 60 days before we can approve these.
Way to go, Bill.
We'll speed it up for you.
We'll speed it up.
Oh, thank you.
59 of them.
I appreciate it. I, you know, when you go online to do stuff, and it's just like getting your Social Security. If they don't tell you everything you need, then how do you know what to give them?
Yeah.
And then the guy says, we have 50 million calls. And I says, the reason why you have 50 million calls is your website doesn't explain everything. If you explained it all, you wouldn't have 50 million calls. So that's the same thing with this other stuff.
I would make the motion that we approve Lim Construction LLC for a business license here within the county.
I'll second that.
The motion is that we approve Lim Construction LLC. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, guys, and thanks
Yeah.
for letting me into your meeting.
Thanks for coming back in.
Just take this in.
Yep, take that in.
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, I just got done doing a countertop, so
Oh,
it's all good.
License, it will be valid once you provide us with a certificate from your insurance that they are insuring you for liability and what those limits are.
Alright,
says here you have 2 employees.
so it's me and then my brother and my dad help me out.
Okay. Any other questions?
So you're already in business down in Bear Lake County then? You're already up and running then?
So I've done a couple jobs for advertising, so I did like mine and my uncle's and my neighbor's houses just to get some pictures and advertising, but I haven't really done any commercial jobs yet.
Okay.
So Austin, you'll want to get a sales tax number for Utah as well, and it'll be just as easy as Idaho. I think they use the same people to make the website, the tax websites, just so you can report those sales.
Is that the same as my EIN number?
No, that's from the IRS. The sales tax number is what you get when you register to do business in Utah on the state website.
Okay.
And like I said, it's the same as Idaho. They use the same web developer, so it should be pretty easy.
So, you know, any project you do in Utah, you'll have to collect sales tax and report that to the state tax commission in Utah because of the fact that whatever you're doing is in other words, you're washing someone's driveway and it's in Utah, so you'll have to charge Utah tax.
Right.
So, alright, I'll make a motion that we approve Glenn's pressure washing, contingent upon you provide a certificate from your insurance company for your liability.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, move and second that we approve Glenn's Pressure Washing LLC when he provides the insurance certificate. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Okay,
Unanimous.
Austin, when you're ready for that, just go ahead and reach out to me. This is Annalisa. And, we'll get that squared away for you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, Austin.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks, Austin.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Okay, Mr. Sean Walker's on my phone. Did he hang up? Must have. Let's try calling him again. He just called me right back on the line.
Okay, 1.
385. 5.
Hello,
Is this Sean?
it is, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. We've got the Rich County Commission here, and record, if you'll state your name and what you want a business license for, and a little bit about it, appreciate it.
Okay, Sean Walker, looking to get a business license for Bear Lake Hydroseeding. Kind of trying to keep it separate from my current business, Winding Waters Landscape. Just have another partner in that, which I believe is on the application, the Brett Taney.
Yes.
So we, basically when I do a landscape job up in the reserve, I am happy to reclimate anything that's been touched, and so I'm just looking to be able to spray a seed grass combination to kind of reclaim the ground that's been disturbed. So that's basically just a hydroseeding, be able to do some wildflowers, grass spraying.
So are you just exclusively in the reserve?
No, be able to do it anywhere, but that was the main purpose of getting it, was because every job, every piece of property up there has to have it done.
Okay. So you're looking to do some in Rich County then too?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, if somebody wanted a lawn done instead of paying for sod, then would be able to do that application.
Okay. Do you carry, will you be carrying liability insurance for any problems that may arise?
Yeah, it's actually, it'll be covered under the same one as the Winding Waters, so there's $1 million policy on that
Okay.
liability policy.
Could you provide us a certificate from your insurance company just to go with your application, so that we have that on file that you do have liability insurance?
Yep. Do you need it to specify, the Bear Lake Hydroseeding, or can it be the Winding Waters one?
Well, if you've got two separate LLCs, it would need to be under the name of Bear Lake Hydroseeding.
Okay.
Is your liability insurance covered? I mean, is it exclusively covering both of your businesses?
Yeah,
Okay,
so that's fine, I can have him adjust whatever he needs to on there, so that it shows that.
that would probably be the best thing to do, Sean.
Okay,
And so you say you're doing, I was interested where it says you're seeding wildflowers. Is there a particular species of wildflowers you're seeding? Are they native, or what are you introducing?
yeah, it's a native wildflower seed. I get all my stuff from Granite Seed in Lehigh, and so even the seed to reclaim, they're calling it a cabin seed. It's basically, stuff that's native to the area.
Okay. All right.
Wildflower seed would be more in somebody's landscape project if they just wanted to cover an area with wildflowers, just to kind of weeds out and whatever.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty, it's so expensive for the wildflower seed, I don't foresee that happening a whole lot, but every once in a while.
All right, with that, I would make a motion that we grant Bear Lake Hydroseeding a business license to operate in Rich County pending his certificate of insurance.
Second that.
Okay, got a motion to approve the Bear Lake Hydroseeding business license. When he brings in his liability insurance certificate, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. You're good, Sean.
Okay, can I just email or have my insurance guy email you guys that
Yeah.
certificate?
Yes.
Who would I email that to or what?
Sean, I can send you my email address on a text.
Okay, that'll work.
Thank you.
The
Okay,
clerk,
thank you guys.
yeah, the clerk and Lisa will take care of your license and receiving your information, Sean.
It'll be a $50 charge.
Correct. And I can, if she wants to call after the meeting, whatever I gotta do there to pay,
Okay.
Okay.
with a card over the phone or whatever.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Mitch.
You guys are really ahead of schedule. Cooking through the items, are we?
Well, we can make you sit and wait if you want. We can certainly do that. You want us to do
No,
that?
no, I wasn't going there.
Well, you were. You're ahead of schedule.
I was making an
He's
observation.
just giving us a compliment.
I know, you guys are efficient, you're nailing it.
How'd that write-up go?
What's that?
How'd the write-up go on the piecing together the?
You know, I gave up. I got to the very end and it didn't work and I'm like, this is gonna be faster just to rewrite the whole thing. So,
Would you state your name and?
I was working on that.
I interrupted.
Mitch Poulsen, Bear Lake Regional Commission, County Planning and Zoning Administrator. So I don't know how I got roped into this, but I did. Jack Barnett was the engineer manager for the Bear Lake Commission for many, many years. He passed away in 2018, and a number of the people who work with him on various boards and organizations got together and wanted to put together a plaque or a memorial of some kind to remember him by. So a memorial has been constructed. It's a granite bench with a memorial, kind of a bronze memorial, reflecting Jack's life and his contribution to regulation on the Bear River and working with irrigators and other water users up and down the Bear River. So after many years of trying to work with Forest Service and UDOT to try and get this bench placed at the overlook, I suggested, perhaps it would be easier if you just did something less on a federal level. And I suggested maybe we do it as part of the bike path close to Bear Lake, where it will accommodate visitors. We use the bike path who can enjoy sitting and visiting and looking at the lake. So our request to the county commissioners is a resolution reflecting such. And what I put together is kind of location that we've sort of agreed on. This is the location right here. It's the end of the bike path by the Newman home. It's at milepost 114. It's about right here-ish. That's as close as I could get. And I took a couple of pictures of the actual site. These are fairly flat on either side of the bike path here or here. Either one's pretty good. So this is kind of the first step in getting approval to put something in the UDOT right of way. It's a resolution from the county commissioners approving it. It can't be visibly seen from the highway as you're driving past. It's down lower than the highway, plus the highway is kind of super elevated because it's on a corner, so you can't see it by passers-by. So that's our request.
Is that one of the requirements, is you can't see it?
We wanna put up a memorial we can't see.
Yeah. I can't see the memorial.
I don't get it either.
Okay, I make a motion that we approve the resolution for the Jack Barnett Memorial, at milepost 114 next to the bypass.
Second.
Moved and second that we approve this letter of support for Jack Barnett Memorial. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
So you can put the resolution number on it, take care of that.
And if you'll get me a copy, I'd appreciate it. I apologize for not having a picture of the bench. I requested it from the guy that had it done, but for some reason it wasn't submitted over. But I think you can use your imagination. Granite about this big, really heavy. There's not a lot more to discuss.
And they'll install it, who's gonna install it?
Well, that's a really good question.
That's what I thought.
So I just told him I would get this part in place. I don't know if the memorial company that puts the bench together does it. I don't know if Mike Allred has to throw it in the back of his truck and haul it up. We're not that far. But we're making more progress in one day than we have in 6 years, so.
Good.
Thank you, appreciate your help.
So if you'll sign off, then I'll fill the rest out.
What's up? Mitch, how you doing, man? Good, good. Take care, gentlemen, we'll see you.
Thanks.
I think those resolutions have the three names on it, if only two people vote.
All three votes.
Does,
Chairman always votes. Unanimous means all three of us vote.
okay,
He votes, and he can actually step down as chair and make a motion if he needs to.
okay,
But yeah, he votes.
okay. Thought I only voted if it was a tiebreaker.
No, he votes on he's just not very loud. He votes on
Okay, I just was wondering, I'll fill the rest of that out.
Is that a compliment?
I'm taking it as.
Thank you very much.
We gotta get John to sign it.
No, it's, I'll just put yes on it, unless you want him to raise
Yeah,
yes.
it's just, yeah. Yeah, that's not even a signature, that just records the vote. Do it,
You don't need to walk down to get the.
Isn't that where John just went?
No.
Oh, do you need to go on an ambulance?
I don't think. I can look.
You better look.
How many they got, I don't know.
Is it south of Woodruff?
How do you know? We got 5.
Oh, okay, alright.
So if I created like a checklist for business licenses, so they have like all the information they needed, do they always need a certificate of liability insurance, or does it just depend on the scenario?
Well, when you're performing a service for somebody, we need to protect that person that they're performing a service from. I mean,
But not all, like if they're retail, like if they're shipping stuff up,
right, yeah,
so it's more of like professional services need certificates.
right,
Professional services.
Yeah. So So have you ever made like an online form?
Yeah, something like that.
She wasn't in there?
No.
Was anybody in there that could provide any? Oh,
Gee.
yeah.
As long as I know.
Bill, did you look at the, this month's bills or no?
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion, you did, I'll make a motion that we approve the April expenditures.
Second.
Move the second, we approve the April expenditures, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried unanimously.
And I move that we approve the property tax exemptions that we've reviewed.
Second.
Okay, motion is to approve the property tax exemptions as presented by our assessor, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All three of us voted on that.
I think we're missing Bill's signature on this one.
Oh, yeah, I didn't, I have you both up.
And then let's say every vote is now a roll call vote, the new law.
Everyone is,
But-
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, but they're saying in small commissions, you can just say,
cause we know, yeah.
if it's, but every vote for the new open public meetings act is a roll call vote.
Okay,
So we have the administrative courts contract for $31,000, that we need to sign. $31,350. Make a motion to approve the contract with the administrative courts for our, first district court.
Second.
moving second that we approve the administrating office of the courts contract, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
In talking to, talking to Ben, if we wanna vacate that street that was presented to us, we need to have a public hearing in order to do that, to vacate those streets within the Meadowville subdivision. So if we're gonna do that, we will need it on the next meeting and that would require a motion to hold a public hearing on the vacation, to vacate those streets.
Should we vacate all of them at the same time? Okay, so we don't have to. If you guys think we're ready for that, I'll make a motion that we add a public hearing for June meeting to vacate the streets in Middleville.
Okay, I'd second that.
Okay, motion is to hold a public hearing for our next commission meeting in June to petition to vacate public streets in Meadowville, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Actually, they're not public streets. That's the thing, they were never given to the public. They were in the plat, but the plat was never.
Right, I was just reading about.
Yeah, no, it's, they're purported to vacate purported public streets. In other words, they were laid out in the plat, but they were never designated by the public, by the property owner.
So we're vacating our option to make them public.
Right,
Okay.
that's exactly what we're doing.
Minutes?
Wasn't able to get those done in time, I'm sorry.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I had, hey, do you want to talk about, I can bring it up, let me bring it up. Cause I saw one in, Weaver County, exactly what we want.
So what?
The next item, but I'm not gonna bring that.
So, there was a discussion and, I've had a couple of people say, you know, why in other courthouses there was, pictures of the elected officials. So when they walk in, they can see who's presently serving and what those people look like. We had a little discussion about that it might be a good idea to have our pictures hung on the wall as the serving commission, as well as pictures of the assessor and just the assessor. I thought that would probably be, you know, of the assessor and recorder and treasurer and clerk auditor and even the sheriff, those that are elected. Just, you know, they could be just on the wall. If you go to quite a few, you know, public buildings, it's a pretty standard thing to see the elected officials. And a lot of that has to do with, you know, as people visit our building, they can see who and connect a face to a name and those kind of things. Just wondered what your thoughts are on that. We could probably, there's enough people around that do photo that we could probably have them, you know, take photos of everybody so that it was maybe a consistent photo of, you know, we all are in suit and ties or, you know, at least kind of all the same. Just a thought, you guys think about that?
I'm fine with it.
I have seen them in the other courthouse I went to, paying taxes and stuff.
So if that's the case, maybe we could, maybe for our next commission meeting, we could have someone come in and just take pictures of everybody and just give everybody notification that we're gonna do portrait pictures and unless, you know, we got one where we just wanna provide, I mean, I guess we can do that either way. And I'm just thinking of a picture, you know, maybe the size of, you know, an 8 by, you know. So, just a standard frame picture.
Works for me.
Alright, if you're okay with that, maybe I'll contact the other, elected officials and tell them what we'd like to do. And see if I can line somebody up to come and take some pictures for us or something, just, you know, wouldn't take very long.
Okay.
If we have somebody professional do it, you know, they can give me hair and they can take away wrinkles and, you know, yeah. Make me look younger and John a little older. There we go.
It's catching up to me, don't worry.
Other than
Hey.
that,
Election official, oh yeah, I got that. What about I wondered what that even meant. So we'll do minutes next week, or next month, sorry.
and I think we're good for next month, right? I don't think we need to move commission meeting. I think we have no conflicts next month, I hope. Be the 5th.
5th of June already.
Okay, I would move that we adjourn.
Second.
Moving second to adjourn, all in favor say aye.
Aye.